Well, good evening. Greenhorn Trucker Vlog 10. And, not a good one. So, stopped in the scales. Probably the last scales I would have hit because the rest of them would be closed. And, but coming in across the bridge from Hermiston, Oregon into Washington, coming to the scales and, so I go across the scales and my weight's all good, and pops up on the sign to park and bring all my paperwork in, And so, I grab all my paperwork and I get over there and he looks at my electronic logs on my phone. I use this Keep On Trucking application for electronic logs. And so anyway, he prints them out and lays them out, and he's looking over everything and he's looking at my phone. He's back and forth, and he goes, "Huh?" And I go, "Uh-oh, what's wrong? I don't like the sound of the huh." And he goes, "Well, you got 3 violations on this trip for driving past your 14-hour shift." And I go, "What?" And I go, "No way, that's not possible because, on this application, it'll give you a flag. Like a couple times it said, please stop driving soon, you're in threat of violation." So, I would go to the app and flip over the page, and it showed that I had 1 hour of driving time left. You know what I mean? It was just giving me a heads up. Find an hour, find some place to park in the hour, and I'd go to a rest area or a truck stop, and I knew how much driving time I had left because I would keep track on the app. Now, I didn't sit down with a piece of paper and, keep track on paper, figure that out, because this thing logs all your hours. It tells you when your restart is, tells you how much driving time you'll have left. I mean, when I figure out where I was going to park for the night, I'd look at, I got 4 hours left. So on my GPS, I would hit truck stops and I would scroll down until I found the one that was like 3 hours away. If I had 3.5 hours of driving time left, and so I'd select that and insert that into my route and coincide that with my fuel stops and everything, and it was working perfect. But apparently he found 3 violations on there of the 14-hour per shift rule, and the application never told me, not one time. And the thing is, if you have a violation, it stays on there unless you clear it and fix it. And if I had done so, then there wouldn't be any violations on there. But it's not flagging; it doesn't show. I don't know why. So these people on the Keep On Trucking app are supposed to install some equipment on my truck. They plug it right into the computer system. And they're supposed to do that this week so that I can train students how to use the electronic logs. So I'm going to print out all my logs and sit down with these people and try and figure out why their application did not inform me that I was in violation. And maybe, hopefully, the officer's wrong and I wasn't in violation. Maybe there's I don't know. But if there's something wrong with the application, then hopefully maybe I can drag their butt into court with me, because I plan on fighting this. The ticket's $191 for the 3 violations. Who cares? I don't care. I give him the $191. Just go away, But I don't want those violations on my record. I don't want my company having the violations on record. It just really gets my goat, because I was doing everything I could to make sure that I wasn't in violation. And he also gave me a warning for no registration with the trailer. And although the boss did send a photocopy of it to the phone, so he just gave me a warning citation for that. But he, and he didn't have to I explained to him, this is my maiden voyage, it's brand new, and as you can see, there's no violations on my app. It's not showing me, and I've obviously been logging every single move I make, you know, trying to stay in compliance and explaining every little thing. And, you know, I mean, it was like kind of shitty of him to, like, you know, he could have said, well, it's obvious that the app's not working correctly, and it's your first trip. I'm gonna give you a slide, or at least give me one violation. But to give me 3, come on, really? I don't know, man. I'm really disappointed. Hurts my feelings, actually. And it's not about, I don't care about the $190. It's about, I don't want those violations on my record. So I'm gonna go to court, and hopefully maybe one of their reps can go in there and explain to the court, you know, why their application is in error, and that I, in good faith, was doing everything I could to stay in compliance. And maybe, you know, I'll tell them I don't mind paying the fine. I just suspend the violations for 90 days or whatever. I don't get any more, take them off my record. I mean, this is my first trip. Come on, you know, I don't want to have the violations, you know. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, he put me out of service. So I'm sitting here at the border, the Washington side of the border, where I came across from Hermiston. And now Frank, the student I was going to have drive my truck, he's on his way over here in his car so that he can drive this truck back to the yard. And then him and I will go make the delivery. Got a delivery at 3 in the morning, you know. So it's going to be a long night. Got one at 3, and then we got another one, like, I don't remember, I'll have to look, you know, 8:30, something like that, in the morning in Tukwila. So one in Puyallup, one in Tukwila. But I mean, here I was excited, getting close to home, you know, successful trip, and then have him kick me in the face like this, man. But, you know, I'll get over it. But it's just like, it really hurts my feelings to, because the company gets tagged for violations, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't care about the $191. I wanted to do a good job, and then, so, this is just really a drag, man, you know? It's like, I gotta figure out what happened, man. But, I can't think of anything I did wrong, other than I didn't sit down and do the math and make sure that I wasn't over 14 hours, but I didn't think it was necessary. It says right on there, you know, it says I have 3 more hours of driving time tonight, and over 5 hours of on-duty status I can do. And he's telling me, no, my 14 hours on-duty status is over, and I don't have any on-duty time or driving time. I just don't see how that can be possible. You know, or why the app's not telling me. So, but anyway, there's a greenhorn for you. You know. So anyway, I'll get it figured out, find out where I went wrong, and hopefully I can prevent the students from making the same mistake. I don't know. All right, y'all. Talk to you later.